We'll start with the game of the day.
Yes.
The Chiefs and the Bengals, your Super Bowl team, because you said they got the Chiefs' numbers. The Bengals, the Bengals are the team that know how to beat Patrick Mahomes. They showed it once again. I mean, they're in this game. There were 3 lead changes in the fourth quarter. Mistakes. We can get into some of the big plays here, but bottom line, Bengals usually start slow, but they show they can hang with the big dogs.
They definitely can. I think it's a loss. It's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt the Bengals fans. We know that. But there is a silver lining, I think, to it, like you're explaining. There was a lot of good things to look at. And again, I don't think they're a team or an offense that's functioning at its highest level yet. One, because, they start slow. I think this week, and from what I understand, was really the first week Jamar Chase practiced, a full week, right? T. Higgins not back yet. They're still missing their first-round pick at right tackle, who I think is better than Trent Brown at right tackle. So, but all in all, they are a team that, like you said, shows they're not intimidated by Kansas City. They have answers for certain things that Kansas City does, and really had Kansas City on the ropes until the Joe Burrow fumble that get picked up by Chamari Connor, and that changed the game and the dynamic. I mean, they were at a point there where, what was it, 22-17, and you're going, they got the ball. They've kind of moved the ball somewhat consistently all day. Burrow looks good. It's getting to the clutch part of the game. They're going to go down and really make this uncomfortable for Kansas City, and I believe it was Tarshawn Wharton, 98, who gets the hand in there, and like when we first saw it, I went, I don't think he fumbled, right? And a lot of people didn't. But then I saw a replay, and I saw the way Joe Burrow acted, right? And you always follow that guy, right? And the guy who had the ball, and he acted like, oh, no, I got to recover it. That might be a fumble.
He didn't point down
right away. He didn't point exactly right. And those are little clues you'll look at. And, of course, the replay showed that once they got to the right angle. But, positives by Cincinnati. Some concerns still, too. I still want more from that offense, right? I still want Jamar Chase to be featured more as we go. I did like the fact that Jermaine Burton looked really good at wide receiver. I think he's going to be someone that really stands out for them at some point during the year as a
big play guy. He had the one big play,
47
yarder.
And I hope he can continue to get infused in the offense. The other thing just to be concerned with them is B.J. Hill gets hurt today. Sheldon Rankins gets hurt. They're 2 starting defensive tackles. They're a little thin at D tackle already. That is one of their concerning parts of their team for me. So that's something to look at going forward. But like you said, it's all positive there. And, hey, it's the Chiefs, right? And the Chiefs, I think the one thing they show is they're just not a one-trick pony. I know we talk about Mahomes, and I think, and you think, and whatever. Mahomes is the man. We all know that. But like all great teams, they show that it's never about one player, right? It's about being able to lean on other aspects of your football team and their defense and their run game and what they can do there. And ultimately, they always make the big play at the big moment. They have a knack for that. They're gifted that way. And they pulled one out today where I would go, I think they might have been outplayed by the Cincinnati Bengals in a lot of ways, but they found a way to win, and they're the ultimate find a way to win football team.
Mahomes with a couple interceptions. They were able to, even with the lack of depth on the defensive line, Trey Hendrickson able to get some pressure on Patrick Mahomes within the game. They did. One of my pet peeves, one of my coaching pet peeves.
Okay, I like this.
They did settle for a 51-yard game-winning field goal. Now, Mike Tirico gave a stat on Sunday Night Football. Like,
it's incredible
this year
right now.
Are like 90% or
and
something
he's maybe
crazy
the best there is.
on 50. But, I always hate that.
I know.
You have Patrick Mahomes. Of all quarterbacks you can trust there to maybe get us 10 more yards.
Yeah,
I know. Give me 15 more yards.
Know.
He's not going to throw. He's not going to do something dumb.
I know.
I don't think.
I don't think, right.
Give us a more solid field goal attempt. But he made it. It was no problem.
I think it's how good these field goal kickers are. And I think it's safe to say, like, Harrison Bucker's, I'm going to say him or the guy, what is it, Boswell in Pittsburgh? They're, to me, the 2 best kickers in the game. I'm probably missing another 2, but I just, like, if you ask me, like, hey, Chris, it's the Super Bowl, and you need someone to make a 50-yarder, Bucker's certainly on that list. And, of course, he's made so many big clutch kicks throughout his career anyways that it's nothing for him. But, like, listen, we were sitting there saying the same thing. Do they want to get a few more yards? But that's how confident they are in him, and it's another aspect of their team that makes them incredible because they're just never out of it. And it feels like, you just get across midfield and he could hit a field goal. But it was a day where Mahomes did not play great. He did have 2 dumb interceptions, right? I mean, the first one was really bad. He sees Tampa 2. He's got Kelsey down the middle. He never sees the weak side linebacker. It's kind of the golden rule of that play. So that was kind of shocking. And then he had Xavier Worthy on the go route, And it looks like if he just launches it and throws it up far and high and lets him run underneath it, Xavier Worthy had a step on Cam Taylor-Britt. But he kind of tried to throw a line drive in there and make the perfect throw. And Cam Taylor-Britt made an unbelievable one-handed interception.
Oh, that's great.
Right? And when that happened there, I went, oh, man, Cincinnati's here to play. Cincinnati might steal this thing today. But, of course, that's not how it worked out totally.
So it's almost like we're like coaches right here. We're harder on the team that won. You still got things to learn, and we're trying to pick up the team that lost here. But for Patrick Mahomes, the 2 interceptions, yes. But he also did have another deep touchdown here. And
yes,
he now has 2 deep touchdown passes. Those are passes of 20 or more air yards this season. That is as many as he has had the last 2 seasons combined. I had to read that again. I was like, that can't be right.
Right.
But they've just been – every defense has played him so, like – Give him the short stuff. Give him the short stuff. Don't let him do the long stuff.
Exactly.
We have the dots on this one. It was the 44-yard touchdown to Rashee Rice.
So they talked about it all offseason. You saw my interview with him. He talked about it there. They don't want to be the check-down Charlie football team. That's not what they brought. Patrick Mahomes, his vision of playing in the NFL was not throwing 4-yard throws. We know that. He's bombs away. That's what he wants to do. And this is their guy, Rashee Rice, on the outside. They're going to continue to attack on the outside. And with Rice as a legitimate one-on-one deep threat and Worthy on the other side, and then you can find the cast of characters of Kelsey and everybody else to work the middle of the field, it's going to happen. This deep passing game is going to continue to get better because there's one difference here, right? And I know this is what annoys defensive coordinators about Kansas City right now. Like you explained, a few years ago, everybody was like, if we just play too deep, right? They'll run it every now and then, which we're happy about. Thank God they're running it and Mahomes isn't. But we'll throw it short and we'll make them drive and make it be work for them and do all that. But that's changed. You can't do that to Kansas City anymore. And why? Why can't you play two deep safeties, game play after play like you could?
2 words, Isaiah Pacheco.
Exactly. You are my man coming up with that. That was not rehearsed. Way to go.
That was not rehearsed. Who might have a fractured leg
I know. That
point.
will suck if he does. But nonetheless, it shows you the attitude of their football team and that they're just not going to let you get away with certain defenses anymore. And the fact that they do have a real run game, I think, is a real pain in the ass for great defensive coordinators like Lou Anarumo, and why they had the upper hand on the Chiefs in some prior matches, because he was like, I don't have to worry about the run game. Who cares? 3-man rush, 8 people drop. I'll do this, or this. And hopefully they will run it every now and then just so I don't have to worry about this crazy guy at quarterback. So this is where they're different, and that's where you see they're winning as a complete football team, and they just got a lot of ways to do it.
Game of the day.
Yep.
Bengals dropped to 0-2. They are 0-2 now for the 5th time in 6 seasons under Zach Taylor. This is what they do.
I know.
They're like, hey, we're following the blueprint.
I'm not, which is crazy. They're I'm the least panicked about them of any team ever with 0-2.
We feel comfortable this way. The one thing I did, like Jamar Chase was hot. Like he got hot in
Yes,
the middle of
he
that
did.
game, and he was like going after a ref. I do wonder about him now. It's just like if he feels like it's him against the world, like his own team doesn't have his back, and if we're going to see some disgruntled Jamar Chase, and if that
from
throws a
all I
wrinkle
know,
into
the contract is a lot of bullshit and fluff. Okay.
Yeah.
That it's not, there's the way it's structured. It's like, hey, yeah, we're going to give you $35 million a year, but it's not structured with guarantees and signing bonus and things like that are like worthy of him taking. Okay, so that's where he's pissed off. I'm sure he is pissed off. It's been a distraction for their football team. There's no doubt about that. They have to do. They're also, because of that situation, I think, handcuffed to make other moves they might want to make, right, as far as improving their roster. So they need that situation to go away. Whether it's you pay him or, we just wait till the year's over and then he negotiates then, and that's what he's kind of saying he's going to do. But, I hear you there. He thought he got, I think horse-collared, and it was not a horse collar.
It was not.
And so he was in the wrong there as far as what he was mad at.
He told the head referee, and he was like, the ref was like, didn't do anything.
Yeah, what did he say
back.
Exactly? You remember?
Yeah, I was trying to read the lips there, but and then you saw Joe Burrow push, at some point push Jamar, dude, you already got the flag,
get out of
you're
it.
Gonna get ejected
right,
here.
Exactly right.
I just wonder if he feels like it's
I'm
like
sure
him on an island out there.
I'm sure.
Just
I wouldn't doubt that.
Bad vibes. I'm big on vibes.
So
here.
wait, he's got two 20-yard plus air touchdowns. He's got that one, and then what am I missing? The one in the first game.
It had to be,
I can't think of the
Worthy,
throw, but
no?
The blown coverage down the right sideline. Way to go, Pete.
Good job, Pete.
That a boy.
And the 3 seasons, or I guess 4 seasons before that, he had 44 deep touchdown passes.
yeah, he's kind of good at that.
1 in 2 years. So that's crazy.
Right.
So Chiefs get the win. Bengals go down.
Yo, homies, thanks for watching. Yeah, it's time. The NFL season is here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
You can hit subscribe to get all the weekly picks, plus our Sunday recaps as the games are happening.
Oh, you know it. Nobody does that better than us. Thanks again for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out. We'll see you next time on Unbuttoned.